Alright everybody, welcome, and today we are going to be working on some acrylic cake disc. As you can see there, I have a plastic cake plate, cake board that is custom made from a Cake Things place out of Texas. I'm not advertising for them, but they are great. That's what I use. I'm stacking this cake with some strawberry icing and some vanilla icing. That's what they wanted with vanilla cake. We're just doing a standard American buttercream that we make here in the shop. Gonna smooth that out. Today's special event is we're gonna see how we remove the acrylic cake disc. So keep watching and I hope you get some good knowledge out of that. Alright, so I'm just doing a crumb coat here on this cake. Alright, you want to do a thick layer of buttercream and then align your acrylic cake disc. I didn't put you through the headache of watching me do that, but right there you can see I'm leveling off my cake. Got to make sure your table's level for that to work. Alright, so now we got that ready to go. And the advantage of having that plastic cake board is you don't have to remove the cake. Oh my gosh. Alright, so now we are smushing, cramming that buttercream up into that crevice, that seam that's left on that buttercream edge. Making sure we fill that all in. Press it in there good. Get it on there good and thick. Rubbing out all the air bubbles that you can, because you're going to have some air bubbles. That sucks. Anyhow, working really fast there. Oh my gosh, my arm got tired. Put a big thick layer on there. You're going to go around a couple of times and you're going to notice you didn't put quite enough. Alright, so we're going to scrape this off. Scrapey scrape. Scraping, scraping. I slowed it down. I don't know why, but I did. Okay. Alright. Anyhow, that's just our American buttercream that we make. It's got a 50-50 ratio of salted butter and high ratio shortening. Icing shortening. I make about 20 quarts of that at a time. Alright, things are moving right along now. Edges are starting to get smooth, or the sides are starting to get smooth, and you want to scrape this icing off until you can clearly see the acrylic. As you can see, there is icing still on the sides of that acrylic. You want to get all the way down to where you can see the acrylic. Alright, so I've chilled the cake because it started getting warm. We want to do this with the chilled cake. That helps prevent air bubble holes in your cake. So as you can see there, right there, you can see the icing on the board. Looks like it's done, but there's still a layer of icing there that needs to come off. I'm going to go around this a few more times. You can see that icing on the acrylic. I went back, scrape it again. I'm going to go back, scrape it again. And again. And right there. Now we're looking right at the edge of that acrylic disc. And when you see the icing on there, that means it's got to come off. Right there. Right there. Boy howdy, that's a lot of work. Better be proud of it when you're done. Alright, now I'm just going to fill in a little pockets where I see a little imperfections. Just a few. If you cream your icing before you start, it really helps also. Alright, here we go. I think this is going to be the final turns. Alright, there's a patch of icing that I can see. hardly any's coming off now. Right there. Go back. See that? Right there. Right there. Oh my gosh, I think we got it. Holy crap, we did. We got it all. What am I doing now? I'm cleaning up the place. Cleaning it up. Oh, here's the part that I love the most. You got that acrylic cake disc on there. You're wondering how to get it off. Well, I use some heavy duty nylon thread. Just wrap it around there. See, just plain old thread. Get it right up under that lip, in between the icing and the acrylic disc. Gently but firmly, depending on how chilled your cake is, you're going to pull that thread through. You can see it going under that acrylic cake disc. Now I'm just going to work it all the way around, keeping an upward pull on that thread. You don't want to cut down into your cake. Okay, that's done. Now we just got to take it off. And I have found these little suction cups. Clear. Ready? Okay. Alright, suction them on there. And boop, there it is. Alright, look at that. How easy was that? And all you gotta do is clean that up now. And the cake is almost done. So we have a couple of little air bubbles in the top of the cake. We're just gonna fill those in with the little icing. Get the little rough burrs off of the edge. That's totally unavoidable. I don't know of any method that can completely avoid the little icing burrs on the edge of the cakes. But we'll do one more thing after we chill it a little bit to get those burrs off of there completely. I'm putting it in the freezer. Got the joint cleaned up. Bring in the cold cake. Putting it right there. Alright, now I'm going to use a Viva paper towel and just gently comb those edges. Just gently comb those edges and then smooth out any little flecks of icing that have come up, and your cake is perfect. Now we're breaking it loose from the board. Take off that little silicone skid-free pad, place it on our cake board. Alright, and I'm lining it up now. Oh, if you notice, that cake is chilled enough that I can hold it with those paper towels and it doesn't damage anything. Alright, look at that. How wonderful is that? Okay, now we're going to seal the edge. That's a pretty good step. And once this step is completed, you don't have to do anything else because it looks pretty good. But in this case, the customer wanted a pearl border, a little pearl beaded border. And anyway, it's just like caulking a bathtub or a sink. You just use the icing as the caulk. Grab your finger across it. Make sure your fingers are clean. Notice in the shop, most of the time I'm not wearing gloves, but I am washing my hands constantly. Constantly keeping everything clean, sanitized. So don't you worry about that, none. Alright, we're just smoothing that out. Look at that. Voila. That's French for ta-da. Okay. Now I'm just going to clean up any excess that has gotten on the board. This is our presentation board, so you want to make sure it's nice and clean. Clean it up. You know, there's a lot of little steps, but if you don't do them, then the cake's just gonna look like crap. So you do this. The littlest things will make it look the most professional. Alright, that looks like it's good. I think we're going to apply the border now. Here we go. I made those earlier with some white fondant. I put a little Tylos in it so they were a little sturdier. Alright. A little sturdier to handle with that Tylos. It just hardens it a little bit, or helps it get a little hard. And since I just put that fresh coat of buttercream caulking on there, it's going to stick. I don't have to put any water or piping gel. None of that. I guess the last one. Get them lined up real good there. Little scissors, snip that part off that's not gonna fit. Boop, done. Alright, now we're gonna add some roses, gum paste roses that I made. If you notice, I've got a sanitizing cloth, cleaning each stem, getting it good and clean, because that is going in the cake. Oh man, look at that. How smooth was that? And I've treated those stems with vodka to sanitize them. The stems are actually wrapped in floral tape and then dipped in vodka and then dipped in wax, paraffin wax, and then dipped again in vodka. And then on the final stage, wipe down with the cloth with vodka. These are some drunk flowers. Alright, find a good position, bend that stem however you need to, and boom, look at that. Ain't that pretty? This is for a 65th wedding anniversary. And I've made a number 65 out of gum paste and painted it silver with some silver luster dust. Look at that edge. Wow. How neat is that with those acrylic discs? Whoa, look at that. Uh-oh. Some dogwoods. Oh, anemones. Just randoms. Oh, thanks for watching.